afternoon, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this evening, June 20th, 2022. I had forgotten that it was a holiday, but we will go ahead and see what we can find. Don't like to trade on holidays usually because the bank holidays when the trading's slow. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself, and we do that by teaching you how to currency trade using our proprietary trading indicators, which are very, very accurate, and we give you a chance to test them out for yourself so that you can validate how accurate they are. And we support that with a personalized one-on-one training from a person who actually trades, which we think is the most effective and efficient way to learn currency trading, from somebody who's doing it, somebody who's good, and someone who is good at teaching it, and which I am all three. So during the session, we focus on, there's a dozen different signals. There's a specific signal that I like. It's the 10-point trade. So that is what we'll focus on. If we have some time left at the top of the hour, we will see if we can take a little scalp trade. But before we get going, we need to listen to this guy, and then we can start doing our thing.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the other great things about our program is we do these live trades where we have an experienced trader come online. While you watch, they do their analysis, so it's a bit of a teaching moment. And then they give you a trade that you can copy, and so you get some free pips there. When you are in the light program, you get access to a scaled down schedule. So tonight we're doing a trade. We'll be doing it again tomorrow morning at 6:30 Eastern, and that'll be followed up by a intro to coaching session at 9:30. But when you are a regular member, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We do a trade in the evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then we do another trade at 10 p.m. Eastern. So many opportunities to watch a live trader trade and trade with him and copy the trade. Historically, on the live trades, they used to net about 150 pips a week. So that if you net 150 pips a week and you're following our risk and money management guidelines, you should be doubling your money every 4 months. So with that, let us get into it. I work off of a checklist, and I start every day or every session by making sure I restart my my green chart so that it's fresh. Good practice to restart it every day and make sure my MetaTrader 4 is connected to the internet. At the end of every day, I'd like to review what has been done, specifically with the idea of how can I do it better. And I am typically only looking at trades that didn't go the way I expected them to go. I don't spend much time on the trades that that did go the way I was anticipating. I don't go back and say, oh, well, gee, I could have got 15 pips here and I only took 10. I'm happy with the 10. I'm concerned when I read the signal and I've read it wrong for some reason. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, what's the nuance that I could have done better. As we are technical traders, we're trading based on the price action, and our tools are very, very good at predictively telling us what's going to happen. So, but news does impact currency, and I want to know what that news is so that I can trade around it. And typically, I want to be out of a currency pair 2 hours beforehand. So, Royal Bank of Australia, Governor Lowe is speaking in just a little bit at 8 p.m. our time, which is very early their time. So that's within our 2 hour window. So we will probably not be taking, we will not be taking any trades because I don't want to be holding something when he speaks. And then tomorrow morning at 8:30 in the morning, Canada is announcing their retail sales. Any trade that we take now should be done by, we should be out of it by that time. We'll be trading off of a 1 hour chart. Off of a 1 hour chart, I would expect the trade to close between 1 to 3 hours. That trade that I sent out tonight, and we've got our email working again. Yay, that was quite a project to get it going again. I'm not going to go into all the details of what was wrong, but it doesn't quite make sense to me. But anyways, it is what it is, and you got to do what you got to do. So we fixed it. I am going to start with the light 6 major chart, which is one of the standard chart layouts. It has 6 different currency pairs on it on a 1 hour candle. 1 hour chart means that the candle has 1 hour's worth of information in it. I am looking, when I start with the middle part of the chart, which is the majors and the minors. I am looking for situations where the majors and minors are either below the horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. So when they are below this line, that's a good time to buy, specifically when they're pointing up. Likewise, I'm looking for situations where they are above the blue line, which is the overbought line. When the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell. So very visually easy here. Right now, we are overbought on the Australian USD, and all the lines are going up. I want them to be going down. So I want them to get overbought and then be on their way down, so I can ride it through the channel as it goes down. You see, had you caught it back here, you would have been able to ride this up to here. Looks like whatever that news is that's coming out, it's already starting to leak a little bit. It's going to push it up. But again, we aren't fundamental traders. I don't want to trade on news. It's too hard to predict, and it's too easy to get burned. And really, the insiders get that little bit of information before we do, so it's hard to trade against it. So nothing here. Euro USD, we are essentially reaching oversold, still going up. Minors are going sideways, but majors are still going up. Pound USD, we're in the middle of the channel and there's disagreement here. The minors are going down, majors are going up. The red and green line are the major indicators, black and gray are the minor indicators. And what I'm looking for is agreement with all the lines. If I can get all the lines to agree, I've got a high probability trade. USD, Canadian dollar, oversold, and the majors are going down, minors are going up, so no agreement there. USD Swiss franc, we just touched the oversold and it's starting to turn and go up. With the majors here, I consider that more sideways than up. I want to see, when I see up, I want to see the green line over the red line so that we've got like a cross, like here on the gray is crossed over the black. That's a good up. The majors aren't going up yet. USD yen, mixed signal again. Minors have run through the channel, majors are in the channel and have started going down. So nothing there. I have cloned this chart and put different non-US based currency pairs in there. And right now we've got on the euro pound, we are halfway into the channel. We were oversold. We're halfway into the channel. Once it gets to the halfway point, based on how I like to trade, I don't take it. I want to catch it down here so that I know I'm going to have a good run through the channel. When it's halfway, I don't know how much is left, how much room is left. Can I get 10 pips from a trade like this? Yes, I can. But again, the way I like to trade, I want to catch it down here if I can. Sometimes, last week I was doing a trade, a coaching session with someone, and it was on the euro dollar, and this was halfway, probably even a little bit more than halfway through the channel. But when I looked on the day chart was a perfect setup. The day chart, everything was going up and it was just entering in the channel. So even though this was halfway, I took the chart, the trade off of the day chart, and there was a good, the setup was also good in the 2 and the 4 hour, and we did 50 pips on it. So I am looking at this as the initial setup, but I will look, for the specific trade I'm working on now, which is kind of a 10 to 30 pip trade. I want this to not be this high into the, I don't want it to be halfway. Other thing I don't like about this is we've got a kink in the line. So I'm going from more steep to less steep. I want to go on a buy. I want to go from less steep to more steep. I want it going up at a steeper angle, like we got here on the AUD JPY. Less steep to more steep, less steep to more steep. So we've got 2 kinks in this line, and you can see how big that jump was. Euro Canadian. All right, this is an okay signal. Oversold. Majors are going up. Minors are going up. The majors are actually steeper than the minors, which is good. And I've got the kink in the line, so I'm going from less steep to more steep. What I don't like about this is it's 1 a.m. in Europe right now, and it's approaching 7 p.m. on the east coast of Canada. So trading is not going on in Europe and is pretty much winding down in Canada. I want to catch a trade when one of the markets is morning time. The indicators work better when it's morning time, and the trade will execute faster. I want to get in, I want to get out. I don't want to be holding a trade for a long time. So can I get an up move here? Yeah, but again, I only need a couple trades to be making money. And if I'm got a trade that I'm holding, waiting for it to do its thing, that's money that I can't use on a better trade. So I want to be able to wait till I see my trade up, my trade going, and usually I don't want to have more than 2 open trades at a time if I don't have to. So even though I got the setup here, I'm going to pass. Although let's just take a quick look. So even though I've got the setup here, when I do have the setup here, so I killed this before I even went up to the TNT. But when if I do have the setup here, I would go up to the TNT and see if it confirms what I'm seeing here. In fact, it doesn't. I've got the thick orange line going up, which is telling me buy, but the thin orange line is going down, which is telling me sell. And likewise, thick blue going down. Blue lines are inversely related. What that means is when blue's going down, that means buy. So I've got only 2 of the lines telling me buy here. I want to have 3 of the lines, 3 or 4 of the lines telling me buy. So I don't have enough there to kind of take the trade. Interestingly, I have the green. I've got light down pressure, weak down pressure here. It's almost sideways actually, but I get the green line on top, which is supportive of a buy, but I don't have it here. So I'm going to pass. Oh, you can see this orange line as he's flat, and he was just up a second ago. But again, I don't want to wait for this guy. AUD, NZD overbought going up. A pound yen overbought going up. It's been hanging up overbought now for 4 or 5 hours. Euro, Australian dollar, we're just approaching oversold. So nothing there. So I'm going to go on. So I've got, again, another group of pairings. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought. Majors are starting to come down. Minors are starting to come up. So we don't have agreement. Euro, New Zealand. We touched the overbought. It's majors are coming down, and they're just about halfway. This might be a possibility. I'm going to write it down. I want to see what else there is before we decide on this. Sell, and that's in the third chart. The miners are kind of weak. They are going down. We do have the double cross here. Ooh, wow. While we've been talking, the orange line went from down to up. So now we only have 2 of the 4 here. All right, so we're going to pass. And the miners are now going sideways. So as we were looking at it, the signal weakened up. So we can just go on to the next one. Pound New Zealand dollar. All right, everybody's going down. We were overbought. Everybody's going down. Majors are a quarter of the way into the channel, which is good. They're not halfway. I don't care that the miners have kind of run all the way through the channel. That doesn't bother me. I'm interested in where the majors are. I've got 1 orange line coming down that's supporting the sell here. 2 blue lines going up. So, oh, wow, this got soft on us too. Both orange lines are sideways. So we are going to straighten it down. So we're gonna hold off on this guy too. More than halfway through the channel, New Zealand yen. More than halfway through the channel, New Zealand USD. Euro Swiss franc. I like this signal. Oversold. Everybody's going up. The lines are nice and tight. They're all together. The tighter the lines, the stronger the signal. We've got good slope on the green line, and we get the double cross. So 3 points here. Only 2 points here, though. Only 2 points. The two orange lines going up, which says buy, but the two blue lines are also going up, which says sell. I want 3 out of 4 on the TNTs. Don't have that, so let's keep going. We're all anxious to kind of want to take a trade, but the key to being good at this is just waiting till you see your setup. It's like a batter in baseball, waiting till he gets his pitch. He knows it's coming. He knows what he wants to hit. He knows what he's good at hitting, and he wants to wait till he gets it. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. This is a nice signal, but it's almost through the channel. See how steep these lines are? Had you caught it back here, we went from less steep to more steep. This was nice. Approaching overbought, starting to turn. Approaching overbought, oversold. Ooh. Oversold, going up, double cross, lines are tight, but we're kind of more than halfway here. That's what's got me. I don't like that. I've got 3 of the 4 on the TNTs. I have up pressure. The lines are going up. I am going to think about, I'm going to write this one down too. NZD, Swiss franc. It's a buy. And then nothing here. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's get a little bit more information on this. So we found the setup. I want to confirm the setup. I'm going to confirm the setup by going to a full chart of the NZD CHF. So this has a 2-minute chart, a 30, a 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and a day. So let's put the NZD CHF. All right, I don't like this because of what I'm seeing on the 2 hour and the 4 hour. The 2 hour, I could maybe excuse this. What I'm looking for is basically I want to see that the 2 hour and the 4 hour are both oversold. They don't have to be going up, but I want them to be oversold. And the reason I want them to be oversold is because if this changes, if the 1 hour chart changes, we will eventually get it on the 2 or the 4. So this almost got to oversold and it started to turn. The lines aren't as steep here as we've got on the 1 hour. So I can maybe accommodate this, but the 4 hour is really, it's kind of overbought and still going down. Now it's kind of softened up on it's going down, but this is a killer for me. I don't like this, so I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not going to go any further in analyzing this trade. If this was oversold too, even if the lines were going down, if they were down here and going down, that'd be okay. But being up here in the channel and going down, that's not okay. So I'm going to pass. Although the day chart is kind of interesting. It's starting to roll. When this goes up a little bit, there's a buy waiting here, and we've got down pressure, but green is crossed over. So when green crosses over like this, usually suggests the next candle is going to be a green candle, and we got a whole day for this to marinate. But We're not doing a day trade. We're looking for an hour trade. And I don't have the setup that I like. All right, so we just went through 24 pairs and didn't find something using the 10-point signal. I am going to change signals and see if we can find a little scalp trade to make it worth our time here that we spent together. And what I am looking for is something called the thick orange line trade. It's a little scalp trade, and it looks to see what the thick orange line is doing. And this number represents what the thick orange line is doing. When the thick orange line is as high as it can go, it's at 10. When it's at 10, it's saying, hey, I don't think there's any more up in the movement. When there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to sell. But we don't want to just trade on one piece of information. We want something that confirms it. And what confirms it is what's going on with the majors and minors. And basically, I want all 4 of these lines well above the blue line. We've got 3 of the lines well above the blue line, but we don't have the 4th line well above. The 4th line is just touching. I want this red line where the green line is. So I've got part 1 of the trade, but not part 2. And you can see last hour this was at 10 also, but the lines were in the middle of the chart, and there was more up in the movement, and it's showing on this candle. So even though this was saying, hey, I don't think there's any more up in the movement, it got fooled because there was more up in the movement, and that was demonstrated through the majors and minors. But we've got a much higher probability of the trade when we get agreement across all the numbers. And this trade is good right at the top of the hour when there's less than 5 minutes left. And right now we've got just about 3 minutes left. So again, a 10 here, but the red line isn't high enough, so we're going to pass. 6 isn't close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 1 isn't close enough. It can be within 1 point of either end. So 0 to 1 or 9 to 10. This is just outside of 1, so we're going to pass. And then nothing here, so let's go to the next group. $10, but we're in the channel still. 10, red line is touching. I want the red line to be further up, at least 3/4 of the way where the green line is. 10, we're in the middle of the channel. 10, this is close. This is close. Our only issue is, what's our issue here? Our issue here is this bad boy. And that news looks like it's already leaking out. So where normally, when this is at 10 and these lines are up here, it's like pulling an elastic. And when the candle changes, it's going to be a little snap. But because we get that news item coming out, I don't want to, like, this is the setup I'm looking for. So when I normally see this at the top of the hour, this is a good trade worth 5 pips all day long. It's 90% accurate. But we're not going to take it because it's got the AUD. Let's see if we got anything else. 7 is not close enough. 2 isn't close enough. Six isn't close enough. 8, no. This is kind of close, but not 100%. Let's go to the next group. We're running out of time here. We got 30 seconds. 10, yes, but the lines aren't high enough. No, yes. Oh, not quite high enough. 0, not quite low enough. to let's just go back to this guy and see. Some people say that where'd it go? Where did it go? We pull it back an hour. Hold on. Where did it go? Was AUDNZD? What was it? Let me see here. Why aren't we seeing it? Come on. Sorry, it's a little slow. I'm just curious as to what it did. Some traders on this trade will wait till the hour changes, and then they want to see a 1 point move on the thick orange line number. And this guy is killing us here. He's taking too long. Oh, it does. We would have got 5 pips. We would have got the 5 pips. Maybe not. Let me see. Come on. These things aren't that accurate. Not that, like, it's hard to get it. Yeah, looks like we would have got it. We might have got we would have gotten the 5 pips had we taken this. But don't worry about the trades you didn't take. We were better being safe with because of the news item. But we got that little bounce that we normally that I was talking about. So we would have gotten it had we taken it, but and it did jump. You know, it went from 10 to 8.6. So let's go back. You know, so it went from 10, and then when it advanced, it went down to 8.6. So sorry, gang, no trade tonight. Hopefully you did learn something, and we will do this again tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, the fishing will be much better because the banks will be back open, and we'll have good movement in the morning. Until then, let's see any comments. Okay, great. Thank you for that information. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30. Thanks for being here. We're here to make you great traders. We will make you great traders. You put in the effort. We'll give you the information you need to do it well. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.